What's happening here right now, in fact, I'll tell you something. I had a friend send me a text lately. Listen to this text. Here's a message that my friend sent me. He knew I was in trouble, okay? He knew I was in deep shit. Check this out. Isn't this beautiful? My friend sent me a message and he said, "Forgive the random message. I saw a couple of pretty heavy tweets from you recently and just wanted to offer my support and open ears. If you want to vent, chat, cry, sit in silence, whatever, please feel free to give me a shout. I don't wish to invade your privacy or make assumptions about you or your life. Just want you to know I'm here if you need it. Apologies if I've misunderstood or overstepped a boundary." Wow. Now, that guy saved my fucking life. That arrived just when I needed it. And it wasn't a big thing. It's not a big deal to write a message like that. It's tough. You've got to articulate yourself. But it's not a big deal to write that letter, write that message. Now, I've been thinking lately about how we deal with the fact that part of the scars in our heart are to do with the fact that we live in a world that's sick. The world is sick. Our society that we live in is sick. So, of course, we are sick. So what do you do about that? How do you fix the world? If the world is the problem, how the fuck are you going to fix that? Right? Isn't that where so much of our hopelessness and sadness comes from? How do you fix all that shit out there? Well, you don't. You fix you as best you can. You do that work on yourself. You find out, what's that one issue that's been holding me back? Not him, not her, not that one, not this problem, not this. What's holding me back? What's the one thing I have which is stopping me from getting to where I want to be? And you work on that. I'm staying in the house right now of a friend who has overcome addiction issues and has done a lot of work on herself. As a result, she was able to offer me a stable place to stay during my divorce. As a result, my children are able to come over and be with me. Her fixing herself had a knock-on effect, which is improving the lives of everyone around her. All she did was fix herself. She dealt with her shit. She didn't come to me and go, "Greg, what you need to do?" No, she dealt with her shit. So I guess that's what we do, isn't it? I guess with kindness and grace and patience, we work on ourselves. And that's how you change the world. That's how you make it a better place for you. I know it's a bit trite and a bit Michael Jackson. Change the world, make it a better place. I know it's trite as fuck. I know it is. But I come to think maybe that's the only real work you can do. This, as you can tell, is a completely improvised show. I come up here with no plan. I just ramble and stuff. But I tell you what I would like to do. I'm working on an audio book at the moment about mental health, trying to get rid of some of these misunderstandings. And I would like, with your permission, to read you a small excerpt therefrom. And the book is called The Other Side of the Mirror. And it's a personal account of living with bipolar type 2 and all that good stuff. Now, this bit is called, oh God, I'm going to piss some people off. Okay, this bit is called The 5 Types of People You Must Avoid If You Have Mental Health Issues of Any Kind. I apologize in advance. 1, the crystal healer. There are plenty of people who have experienced sadness, had a walk in the woods on a nice sunny day, felt better as one might expect, and then honestly believe they have found the cure for a chronic sufferer of clinical illness. It's understandable, but fundamentally harmful to the sufferer of actual mental illness, because these people will always view your depression as something you are doing wrong, rather than a condition that's built into you. You wouldn't be depressed if you stopped eating meat. You wouldn't be depressed if you knew about the energy in these crystals. You wouldn't be depressed if you knew about the benefits of walking barefoot on grass to realign your chi. You wouldn't be depressed if you were living properly. It's not a condition, it's a flaw in you. Now take out the word depressed and insert the words in a wheelchair. Ooh, tremor through the fucking room. And see if it still sounds as morally pure and filled with new age wisdom. It doesn't, does it? No. It sounds like someone being an ill-informed, deluded prick to a vulnerable person and offering poorly thought-out pseudoscience to someone in desperate need of real, practical answers. And it sounds like that because that's exactly what it fucking is. I have spent enough time in the craters of these people's cosmic debris to know a failed seeker with no life skills when I see one. In the immortal words of Frank Zappa, you could make more money as a butcher, so don't you waste your time on me. Personally, I'd seem to take health advice from an informed professional. Still with me? Okay. Oh, you guys are so wonderfully patient. To think there's a bunch of people who go, what are you going to do tonight? I'm going to go hear a white middle-class man complain about his problems. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Bless you. Bless you in your compassion. I made you laugh, didn't I? I made you laugh. Yeah, see. Person number 2 you must avoid. The chaos addict. Do you have a friend whose life is in constant chaos? Do they always seem to be in the throes of some insane, all-consuming drama or other? Are they always at the centre of a narrative where they are wronged? Do they always seem to be having a horrible time and yet looking strangely satisfied about it? As if, while this isn't necessarily good, it is at least the kind of bad that they know and are comfortable with. Yeah, me too. Do they make absolutely certain to partner up only with people who will enable and create more chaos? Yeah. Does their relationship with you centre mainly around you listening to or helping them through their latest bout of self-imposed chaos? Because if so, you might want to consider that manic depressives don't have that kind of spare energy to burn on themselves, let alone on other people. There are a lot of different reasons for chaos addiction to manifest, but all of them end up in one-sided relationship with you giving more than you have and enjoying little to no support when you really need it. The thing about a chaos addict is they're not there for you. You're there for them. You are a supporting part. They are the star of the drama. And the difference between the star of the show and a supporting part, the star gets all the dialogue. Yeah. If you start talking about yourself and your needs too often, you are fundamentally breaking the natural order of things. You don't have it to spare, people. You don't have it to spare. 3, the instant expert. See also well-meaning hippie. But these are a little more insidious because a lot of these come in the form of friends and family and really want to help, but simply don't have the tools to do so. Your Uncle Bob, who's read a Daily Mail article and now thinks all your mental health problems are caused by having smoked a joint 3 years ago. Your Auntie Jane, who's watched a YouTube video about Big Pharma and the drug conspiracy and now honestly believes your meds are doing more harm than good, despite your personal experience to the contrary. These folks genuinely mean well, unlike the failed guru, who is mostly in it for the rush of feeling wise without doing the footwork needed to attain any practical wisdom. But the problem is fundamentally the same. Depression is multifaceted, deeply complicated, and still being researched. I've lived with it for 42 years and I'm still learning all the time. This entire audio book, with all of my personal experience, will still only give you one person's account of living with my specific combination of bipolar type 2 and clinical depression. And even then, it's still an understanding based on my own experience, which is evolving. Is that you, Jesus? I'm just glad you all heard it too. Wait, all the way through this, I've been hearing, hey! I've been like, yeah, that's fucking right, thank you. You heard that one, it was real. Okay, cool. That's an outside of my head voice. Okay, cool, right. Objectively real, not subjectively real. Okay, no problem. You can't provide an answer or solution to any and everyone who suffers across the broad spectrum of different mental health issues because you watched a YouTube video or read a couple of articles. And to try in earnest shows exactly why, with the best will in the world, you are not qualified to speak on this subject. The best way to become informed about what depression is like is to talk to people with a lot of experience managing it successfully, which in some cases is indicated simply by them having survived intact. Number 4, the pain tourist. The sad fact is that to a certain kind of fairly shallow person, depression looks deep and exotic in a way that it really only can when you've never experienced it personally. These people, while not clinically ill or imbalanced, have decided that calling themselves depressed best suits their lifestyle and music choices. When you have no idea whether you're going to be physically or psychologically able to be happy at any given time, you tend to grab every opportunity you can. Hanging around with people that have the option to be happy, grateful, or positive, but who deliberately opt not to, is cancerous to the clinical depressive. As a lifelong sufferer of the conditions, the one most obvious conclusion that I've been presented with is that happiness is important. Happiness is something to be fought and striven for and actively cherished. That is the life's battle of the manic depressive, to battle to the times that we're able to begin to work for a little bit of happiness through all the times when we cannot. Surrounding ourselves with people who share that essential priority isn't just a good idea, it's how you survive. Still with me? Number 5, most dangerous, avoid at all costs, the very worst of the bunch, the tip of the shit pile, the non-believer. Like it or not, there are people who simply will not believe that these conditions exist. The fact that literally decades of research and medical evidence proves them, well, to these people, it's all just being lazy, and you should shake it off. The important thing to understand about such people is why they adopt this viewpoint and why they stick to it so rigidly. It's the path that requires the least effort from them. They don't have to learn anything. They don't have to dole out a little empathy. They don't have to look within themselves. They don't have to admit that they do not already know everything that needs to be known on the subject. They get to exhibit zero commitment to understanding anything new. And when a person is defined entirely by their limitations, that is an irresistibly low effort option. These people are as much good to you as anyone who stands around in any medical situation and respond by simply denying it's happening. Nobody needs a guy at a car crash who's going to stand on the sidelines loudly saying that if these people weren't so lazy, they'd just be able to bend the twisted metal away from around their legs and walk away to do a proper day's work. Nobody needs a person standing in the middle of a surgical operation having the kind of ridiculous denial loop conversations that they do when presented with evidence of mental health. Nurse, he's bleeding out. I need suction over here. Stat. No, he's not. What? I don't see any bleeding. I reckon he's just making it up as an excuse to lay about. What are you talking about? For God's sake, pass the forceps on the scalpel. What scalpel? I don't see any scalpel. Oh my God, we're losing him. No, we're not. Get up, you lazy fucking bastard. That's just not a helpful guy to have around. And therefore, it logically follows that you don't need this kind of person around you if you're suffering from a genuine, diagnosable, and well-recognized mental health issue. If it's stopping you from living a happy, full life, they can contribute nothing but the ridiculous. And a life with a malfunctioning brain can be surreal enough. That's called The Other Side of the Mirror. I'm going to be releasing it on an audiobook in about a month. I want to say a little bit about how much you have inspired me tonight, if you will indulge me. I came out here feeling very afraid, not really knowing what I was going to do. I still don't know what I'm doing. Just make it up as I go along. But hearing some of your stuff has been very moving and very powerful. And it left me wanting to tell you something, all of you, but specifically you who came up tonight. You're fucking right. Okay? You're right. You understand perfectly what's going on. That little voice inside you that tells you, hey, maybe, you know what, yeah, my mum doesn't like me being gay, but maybe I am fucking gay. You're right. That voice inside you that says, hey, you know, maybe all these men catcalling me like a bunch of fucking animals in the street, maybe that's not right. You're fucking right. No comfortable, secure, masculine man has ever gone, as a compliment. That's a fact. It's a fact. That's it. Okay? Nobody who loves or respects women, who cares about them as people, greets them with a fucking... That's a noise that's nature's alarm system. You hear that and you go, oop, another fucking way. Small penis male, whoops. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. But look. Well, you're only human. Isn't it sad? Look at these beautiful, incredible, talented poets who've come up here tonight, poured out their souls, and what am I doing? Fucking aerobics. That's why they pay me the big bucks. Petrol money. Oh, shit. Oh, boy. You know, you need to remember who the fuck you are. All of you. Every one of you. And I haven't got a massive amount of time left. But if there's one thing that I can say to you, it's the thing that is most healing when you say to each other. I love you. Okay? Each and every one of you. That's it.
And we love you.
No. Dun, 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 coming out soon from me and Mongo. Let me tell you something about being an artist. I don't believe any of you need instruction, based on what I've seen today. But I think some of you might need validation. And I think some of you might need to hear this from someone who's a little older, fatter, more miserable. There is no perfect day, okay? There is no life without sadness. There is no life without misery. There is no perfect sunset. These images that marketing and advertising and other forms of bullshit have filled your mind with since day one are fucking with you. They're fucking with your idea of what happiness is. They're creating an unattainable perfection because they know you don't measure up. You're human. You're imperfect. You're flawed. You're complicated. You're not immaculately designed. Fuck 'em. Sorry, that's how I feel. Right? It doesn't exist. The perfect relationship, the perfect job, the perfect version of you, the perfect holiday, the perfect house. It doesn't exist. Listen to me. It's not fucking real. It's bullshit. It's a lie. They're fucking lying to you. Do you know how many young women are looking at clothing magazines and go, why don't I have that body? Because it's fucking digitally generated. It's a fucking CGI female body. Why don't I look like that? Because you're human. You know how many men are looking at these big, strong, fucking indefeatable heroes of the thing, and they fucking conquer a woman, and they conquer the fucking baddie, and they have one nice, big, public, easily recognizable, easily defined victory. Boom! Why ain't my life like that? Because it's a film, yo. It's a film. See, life ain't like that. Your victories are small. They are your tiny everyday victories. Getting out of bed. Have a shower. Fix yourself a nice meal. Tidy around you. Small things. Break your life into small things, small moments, and build them. One on top of the other. That is how we will look after each other. And that's how we'll look after ourselves. And if you find in your heart that one big fucking thing that's holding you back, you'll know what it is because it'll be the thing you deal with last. You know what I mean? You got a real big problem. You'll be like, oh, I'll tidy the flat and I'll paint the walls and it will be all right. If I just have a new job and this one problem is screaming at you, solve me! And you're like, yeah, well, I would, but I think if I had a bigger CD collection, it would do, I'm fucking miserable. No, I get that, but this new iPhone, men need to understand something. A car won't make you fucking happy. Nice clothes won't make you fucking happy. Conquering women won't make you fucking happy. Conquering anything won't make you fucking happy. You want to be happy? Tough! Don't aim for happiness. Take enough drugs to destroy your ego and come back to the village humbled. Do that. Never mind all this other fucking, I want to be happy. I want to be like Instagram on the boat. And fuck that shit. They've turned us into corporations. We've started to think like corporations. Oh, this picture is a bit off message. Oh, this is a bit unglamorous. Oh, that's not consistent with my output. Oh, that's not quite on brand with my message. You fucking do it. We all do it. I see you measuring yourselves down into these little easily definable boxes and cutting off anything that doesn't fucking fit. Those bits you cut off to fit into the box, it is my personal opinion that those are the best parts of you. You don't have to agree. By now you should understand I'm a fucking idiot with only very limited advice to give. I want to sing something to you, but I'm not sure what to sing. Everything you guys have said to me tonight, I will take away in my heart with love. All your poems, all your beautiful words, all your personal struggles. That young woman's poem about her mum had me in fucking tears. I was back. You've made me feel less alone. And if you're artists, that is your job. Okay? I've realized it. It came to me like a fucking bolt out of the blue one day. I'm a singer, right? You might have noticed. And I've just spent a year getting over the fact that I got close to fame. Fame, right? I got close to some of these big labels. I got close to how they start to operate. I saw it. It's toxic. It's fucking bad for you. It's art by committee, which is always, always shit art. Every fucking time. There is no time ever, where 50 arseholes have got into a corporate boardroom and said, well, the chart, do this, and they shit out a Mona Lisa. It doesn't happen, people. Okay? It doesn't happen. You get the Fast and the Furious 9. That's what you get. Transformers and Mark Wahlberg. Poor old fucking Paul Walker. All he wanted to do was be a film star, and he's ended up as the patron saint of Chav road fatalities. The poor fucking bastard. Jesus Christ. You better get your heads down for Brexit, my friends. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm not a motivational speaker. Okay? If someone claims to be telling you real shit and after an hour you feel great about yourself, they fucking lied to you. That's why Prince Ear can go fuck himself. Snake oil salesman motherfucker. You know how I know that he doesn't have anything to offer me, by the way? I'm not just randomly taking shots at this guy. You know how I know? It's because of this facial expression. You are not depressed. as someone who has spent quite a long time balls deep in the struggle for human understanding, nostriling my way an inch at a time through the shit and mud and filth of humanity, I can tell you that the search for answers doesn't look like this. In fact, if you were to mime it, it's a bit more like this. Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh, why am I so fucking stupid? Bear that in mind. So, with that in mind, you better know what's coming. Because I love you, I have to warn you. This fucking Brexit shit, people, you ain't seen nothing yet. All right? We've allowed ourselves to be maneuvered into a situation by the kind of people with Rupert Murdoch's dick so fucking far up their ass that they're telling you, regurgitate shit like this. Right, what I think is, right, what you don't understand. Yeah, but they come over here, right, take our taxes. Are you all right, Rupert? Do you need some more lube? All right. They come over here, right? No, it's the immigrants that's the problem. You got the NHS and the immigrants. Let me fucking tell you something. If you take all of those fucking people who are making those comments and we have to staff the NHS with their children, you better fucking hope your cancer can be fueled by a fire mixtape bars and a heavily Instagram shot of someone's fucking cleavage. Brexit voters aren't training little doctors. I've got news for you. Throw out all the immigrants and we'll save the NHS. Yeah, it's like cut all the legs off and we'll save the racehorse. Shut the fuck up. What a fucking shit. How are you going to survive? How are you going to manage? By doing exactly what you're doing now. Listening to me. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'll help as best I can, don't get me wrong, right? But love each other. Please, please love each other. Small things. A small phone call. How you doing? You all right? I noticed you seem a bit depressed. Just wanted to reach out, let you know I'm your boy. I love you. I see so many men say to each other, I want to reach out to him, but I don't know what to say. And I understand. You are taught from day one to swallow your fucking feelings. Fine. I'll give you a script. Hey, bro. I saw your social media. You seem to be struggling a little bit. Don't want to assume anything, but just letting you know, if I can help, I'm here. Or, hey, bruv, you all right? Or, all right. Ask after your friends. You're about to enter a fucking war zone. I'd love to tell you that shit's going to be lovely. That's Prince Ear's job. Okay? To some nice piano thing, a boom, ding, dong. Sometimes life is... No. It's not. It's going to be ugly, and it's going to be hard. And the worst is yet to come. So love each other. Check in on each other, help each other survive. And maybe if you have a little screed of energy left at the end of your day, maybe if when you're done doing all the essential shit, maybe just for a moment, just try and dream. Just a little bit. Just dream a little. What if it could be 2% better? What if I could do this 5% more effectively? What if I could be a little bit kinder? What if I could Do a little bit more. You don't have to change the world. It's not your fucking job. But if you feel like you want to, then change yourself. That is the least popular idea you'll ever tell anyone. Don't worry, I don't expect a round of applause for change yourself. There's a very fucking good reason that, like, when presidents stand up on there, they go, the problem is these other motherfuckers. I will nuke all of them and your life will improve. I'm sorry. You will improve your life. You already are. Just please love each other. For fuck's sake, please love each other. Because we're not done yet. Are we? No, we are not. My name is Greg Blackman. You can find me at gregblackman.com. You can find me on Instagram, all that good shit. I'm on social media. You know how I fucking use Google. I'm a white guy called Greg Blackman. You'll find me. Right? You want to know where I am, you'll fucking find me. It's not going to be complicated. It's not a long list. You know what I mean? Don't get on your phone now. I appreciate the support and shit. She's going to go, oh, fuck it, that was wicked. So what I'm going to do now is, this is the end now. We're over now. But I'm not going to do the rock star thing of go, thanks very much, fuckers. Fuck off outside. I'm here with you. I'm here with you because I want to be with you. So if you want to talk to me, we'll talk. And if you want me to listen, I will listen. All right? Thank you all very much for coming. You've been patient, compassionate, and I have rambled on like a twat. I'll tell you what. Itchy town, clapping. I want to sing one last thing to you. Yeah, Good night, everyone.